Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing our first coding tutorial, I should say. We're not going to start off by coding, but we're going to start off by doing a little bit of learning of what's what. So overall we're going to be coding in what's called Unity. And they code in C#. And you make their coding symbol is this. So yeah. We're going to be learning how to do all of this, and I'm going to be teaching you the basic math, and then also like just different stuff about what the coding is, and then what you can do with it, and then we'll be getting into actual coding, and maybe we can make an actual game. We'll be learning why we need to code. We're going to be learning what variables are, and we're going to be learning coordinates. I spelled that wrong. And also vector 3. So yeah, we're going to be learning about vector 3, and yeah, so this is going to be fun. What is the use of coding? The use of coding is for, let's say you want to make a game. You would use code. Let's say you want to make a website. You would use code. All of these are based off of coding. Let's say you want to script a, I don't know, you can practically do anything. A calculator, whatever you want, a graphing mechanism, a way to put data onto the screen, whatever you want. It could be used for all of these. So we're going to be learning, so now we've covered kind of what the use of coding is. Let's learn about variables. So back in algebra, you have constants. That is constants. And then you have variables. Variables are, first a constant is like just a straight out integer. So like 5, it doesn't change. 6, it doesn't change. All of that stuff doesn't change. Variables. Variables, they can change. Variables are equal to, they are usually an integer. But this integer can change. So this integer can change from like 6 to 5 within code. The other thing is in coding, a variable can be named. So what we would do in coding, we would do var, or whatever type, it's a bit different in coding, like sum equals like 5. And then we could change that later on, and we could be like sum equals 6, and this would put out, and if we ran this, it would put out 6 to the screen. Alright, let's say we wanted to make a basic calculator that does addition. What we would do is we would say var a equals user input. So we'd be like, we're going to do this for user. It's not really how you do it. Var b equals user input again, and then we would do var sum equals b plus a, and then we would run sum, and we would get out, let's say we put in 5 here, so this equals 5, this equals 6. The screen, let's say the screen is over here, and like maybe a box, it would put out 11. Oh, and another good thing about variables, let's say we have var sum, and this is going to equal 5. Let's say we wanted to put the sum on the screen, but then we wanted to see, so if, and then we can maybe write like an if statement, if like sum equals 5, in our code, it would change sum to equal 7. And then down here we would write sum on the screen again. So on the screen we would get 5 and 7. And this variable can be used as many times as you want it to be used. So yeah. Next up, we are going to be looking at coordinates. Coordinates are kind of what, like where the pixels should be on a screen. Let's say we wanted the pixels to be at 5, 5, which you'll understand in a second. So, let's say we had this, which is a coordinate grid, and this will be our y, and this will be our x. In other terms, this is what you'll see on a website. What we'll see on a game is going to more look like this. It's going to more look like this. So in this we would have our y, our negative y, our x, and our negative x, and our z, and our negative z. And this is more 3D versus the website is 2D. And occasionally you'll see something that more looks like this, which it is still 3D, but you don't have your, you will not have your negatives. Okay, so on the coordinate grid, there are numbers that, if you've ever played Battleship, you would know. Usually they have numbers and then letters, but on a coordinates grid, it's all numbers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's see how we would write this. We would write this in parentheses, and our x goes first. So let's say we wanted to draw a dot at 4. X is right here, so this is x, and we want to draw it at 4, 5. And 5 will be our y. So we would draw it like this. So here's our x, and here's our y. So x always comes first, so we draw the x first. So x is going to be right here, the 4, and then we go y, which is going to be 5, and right here. Draw a dot right here. So yeah, this right here is, let's say this is equal to a, this is a. And let's say we wanted to draw a dot at 6, 5, 6, and 5. And that can be b. Now, what are the uses of coordinates? The coordinates can be used for distances, drawing something in certain locations. It's a pretty useful thing, and we're going to mainly be using it, but we're going to be doing it a bit more advanced than just this. We're going to be putting it into what is called a vector, which I told you about, which a vector is kind of an arrow pointing at a certain point that you can practically kind of modify. It's cool. We're not going to really talk about that today. I know I said I would talk about it, but so yeah, this is how to code. This is our coding episode 1, and we've learned about variables, constants, and coordinates, and why we code. And yeah, and eventually you'll be able to make a game out of all of our knowledge. So this is the basics on coding, and I'll be with you guys next time.